अमीनोग्लाइकोसाइड्स जो होते हैं दे आर बैक्टेरिसाइडल एजेंट्स. ठीक है, अमीनोग्लाइकोसाइड्स आर बैक्टेरिसाइडल एजेंट. सो वी विल सी व्हाई दे आर बैक्टेरिसाइडल एजेंट्स. उसके पहले लेट्स सी द एग्जांपल्स ऑफ अमीनोग्लाइकोसाइड्स. दे इंक्लूड स्ट्रेप्टोमाइसिन, जेंटामाइसिन एंड टोब्रामाइसिन. स्ट्रेप्टोमाइसिन, जेंटामाइसिन, टोब्रामाइसिन, निटिलमाइसिन, paromomycin. So these drugs ending with mycin, they are aminoglycosides. Streptomycin, gentamicin, tobramycin, nitilmycin, paromycin and neomycin. Also kanamycin, cesomycin, then amikacin and framycetin. These are also aminoglycosides. Examples of aminoglycosides: streptomycin, gentamicin, amikacin, kanamycin, then neomycin. These are example of aminoglycosides. Now let's see their mechanism of action to understand why they are bactericidal agents. Aminoglycosides are bactericidal agents. They inhibit protein synthesis. Aminoglycosides like streptomycin, kanamycin, gentamicin, amikacin, neomycin, paromomycin, they are bactericidal agents और ये protein synthesis को inhibit करते हैं. Aminoglycosides inhibit protein synthesis. Entry of aminoglycosides into the bacterial cell. Oxygen is required. There is entry of aminoglycosides in the bacterial cell. O2 is required. It binds to the 30S ribosomal subunit. Aminoglycosides binds to the 30S ribosomal subunit. It does two things. It inhibits initiation of protein synthesis. By binding to 30S ribosomal unit, it inhibits the initiation of protein synthesis and it causes misreading of the codon. Aminoglycosides bind to 30S of the ribosomal subunit and it inhibits the initiation of protein synthesis and causes misreading of codon. Misreading of codon के कारण there is premature termination of protein synthesis and insertion of wrong amino acids into the growing peptide chains. Misreading of the codon के कारण there will be premature termination of protein synthesis and insertion of the wrong amino acid into the growing peptide chain. This forms defective protein. Premature termination of the protein synthesis and insertion of wrong amino acid into the growing peptide chain causes formation of defective protein. Incorporation of the defective protein into the bacterial cell membrane. This causes altered permeability and disruption of the cell membrane, thus results in bactericidal effect. So aminoglycoside, it is a bactericidal agent. It inhibits protein synthesis. It enters into the bacterial cell. Oxygen is required. It binds to the 30S ribosomal subunit. It inhibits the initiation of the protein synthesis and causes misreading of the codon. Misreading of the codon will result in premature termination of protein synthesis and insertion of wrong amino acid in the growing peptide chain. Premature termination of the protein synthesis and insertion of wrong amino acid will lead to the formation of defective protein. Incorporation of the defective protein into the bacterial cell membrane will cause altered permeability and disruption of the cell membrane and thus exert bactericidal effect. Incorporation of the defective protein in the cell membrane will cause altered permeability and disruption of the cell membrane and thus aminoglycosides have bactericidal effect. So aminoglycosides, they have bactericidal action against gram-negative aerobes and are more active at alkaline pH. aminoglycosides have bactericidal against the gram-negative aerobes and are more active at alkaline pH. They cause ototoxicity and nephrotoxicity, and transport of aminoglycosides into the bacterial cell requires oxygen. Hence, anaerobes are resistant to aminoglycosides. So, this is the mechanism of action of aminoglycosides and the reason why it shows bactericidal effect.